Robin, this concept of bioeconomy that seems to be gaining currency recently, is it as new as people are making it sound, or has it existed for a long time?
I'd say it's as old as time.
Really?
Well, think about it. I mean, the mark of civilization, as they say it, comes with agriculture, either domesticating animals or growing crops and having the ability to create cities around spaces where we can produce our food. And out of all of those things came very natural things. So you think about houses being made from clay and wood, and you think about woven buildings, you think about how we were dressing ourselves in linens and wools and creating spaces that are really based in the natural things that we can produce. And as we've gotten further and further away from that, now we're facing the need, in fact, to think about the entire bioeconomy, the whole way that the food that we produce also serves us for fiber and other related needs. That can be an ecosystem service, but the whole of the way we look at that really stems back from the dawn of our civilized era.
That's fascinating. So, as a practice that has existed for a long time, is bioeconomy itself as a concept, as a buzzword, if I may, but without the negative connotation in this instance, supposed to be an organizing framework for all these things that you have referenced?
Well, I think they're actually having a very lively conversation now about what is bioeconomy, what does it need to do. And I saw at World Food Forum, it was one of the best attended side events, was people are talking about that. And there's a new stream of work going on at FAO. And also we're seeing a lot of regional organizations pick it up. And I think it really stems from discussing our food is incredibly important,
Yeah.
but our agriculture sector provides so much more. And the more we get from it, the better we are. It makes it a more circular economy if we're not just using the grain, but we're also using the cereal. If we're thinking about an animal and getting milk and meat, and in the end, leather or hides, and natural products that are biodegradable. There's so much interesting work happening in this regard. I think that the bioeconomy piece is really helping us to understand how we can make use of all of agriculture again.
Massive credit to FAO for leading the charge. But given the description that you have provided of the many elements of it, obviously the agri-food space being a critical component of this, which other partners, which other players should we be crowding in so that then it becomes, in a sense, a global movement of reimagining life as we lived it, by in harmony with nature, delivering better value to everyone?
That's such a great question. I mean, I think within the agriculture sector, we're seeing groups like the wool sector really starting campaigns actively saying, is it desirable that we're wearing synthetics these days, right? Do we want things that are based in non-natural products? And increasingly, I think the answer is no, we want to be using natural fibers. We want to be using things that let our skin breathe, that will biodegrade, that come from processes that are our natural consumption of grasses onto sheep, for instance. And the uptake on the wool sector has been an improvement. So we take an example like that and think about the way all of the different parts of the agri-food sector could work together and more holistically in that regard. I think that's an untapped potential. And then on top of that, when you think about all the people who are talking about can we be better stewards of our planet? How can we do things in a way that is not creating extra plastic waste? How can we do things that are feeding people better, that are using the biomass that we're creating in an energy scope, for instance? It's nothing better than the example of manure management, right? An anaerobic digestion taking what is a waste product and actually making it into energy. That's extraordinary. So I think there's a lot of people to be brought into this fold who care about this within agriculture and outside.
Robin, all this sounds fascinating, but obviously, I imagine there's a lot of work that needs to be done. What is our must do list to deliver it?
First of all, we need to support FAO in the work that they're doing on bioeconomy and make sure that that policy framework and the understanding of what this is comes together. There's potential to pull together a lot of people across different sectors to make sure that we're collaborating more effectively. And there's the ability to plug into some of the other policy conversations and the consumer interest in having more natural products that serve everything from our energy needs to our fiber needs to our food needs.